Hi, this week's Parasha is Parasha's Masei. In this week's 2-minute discussion, we are going to discuss the Orei Miklot, the City of Refuge. The City of Refuge was where an individual would run to if he killed by mistake, and the laws are discussed in this week's Parasha. But one law that often raises a question is the release of the individual would be at the death of the high priest. Now the classic question that Rav Hirsch deals with is what connection is there to the death of the high priest and the release of a person who killed by mistake? Rav Hirsch explains that the key to understanding this is twofold. One, that the job of a high priest or the job of a priest in Judaism is very much different than that in other religions. In other religions, the priest was one of control, of power. When it comes to Judaism, it's more one of education. So, the responsibility, or implied responsibility, loosely as it may be, is that a failure to educate on the side of the high priest. But Rav Hirsch explains that it is more focused than this. But educating in what? How was education to lead to a person not killing inadvertently? Rav Hirsch explains that in Judaism we stand on 3 pillars: justice, mercy, and moral sanctification. All these ideas accumulating into an understanding that we are created in God's image, that there is value to life in and of itself. And if a person was imbued with these ideas, he would be more careful to harm his friend. He would be more careful to take another person's life into account more to bring himself to kill inadvertently. So to recap this idea, the priest's job is that of education, but educating in what? This idea of moral sanctification, the idea that we are created in God's image, and thereby lessening the possibility of a man killing inadvertently. Not preventing it, and that's why it's not considered full responsibility, but we see a parallel, a lack of education, a lack of appreciation to the sanctity of human beings. Thank you very much for listening and have a wonderful Shabbos.